For this setup, we're trading NAS 100 specifically. As you guys can see here at the top, we have our beautiful green dot. Now, what does that green dot mean? It means that this is a real lifetime screenshot. This isn't in replay mode or anything like that. It's before and after. Entry price 17,434.5. Same thing, 17,434.5. Stop, same. TP, same. The point in showing that is to simply show you guys that regardless of the screenshot or not, we're taking these trades live during our Zoom calls in the morning. The only thing that I messed up with specifically today was I didn't record the Zoom call, right? I think it'll be interesting for you guys after the trades are done to be able to watch a portion of the live session on the YouTube videos that we make, just to give it a little bit just extra whatever you want to call it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up a brand new NAS 100 chart just like this, and I'm going to go ahead and delete everything. And then from start to finish, we'll kind of go over this and I'll explain to you guys how we got to where we're at with NAS. So first things first is on a higher time frame perspective, we can see that this thing is extremely bullish, right? We've been going bullish since pretty much the beginning of January. We could say we've kind of been on this impulsive wave. We had minor corrections here, but pretty much so. Huge impulsive wave. What I started to notice was I started to see price start to kind of slow down. Prior to New York session, I started to see price kind of start to go flat. When we like to trade NAS, if you guys have seen any of the videos or when we're trading US 30 or NAS, we're always trading in a very specific time window. That's for one. Very specific window, one, and very specific time, two, right? We like to trade in the mornings. We're in central time zone right now, so we like to be actively looking at the charts by 8:30 a.m., the latest 9:30 Eastern, whatever. That's when a very specific move happens every single day on NAS 100. So on NAS 100, what we see is that we have liquidity being built up above previous highs and previous lows as well. Now, because we got liquidity all over the place, what we got to factor in is just some key things in the sense of how price likes to move. So as we can see right here, regardless of this time frame, we're making consistent higher lows and then a higher high. Right after that move happened, where we put in this new highest high, pretty much immediately after the fact, we come down and we break structure, right? We have bearish breaks of structure. So we break past all these points in structure. And now what we have to assume is that price is bearish. So what happens when you start to assume that price is bearish? Well, all the smart money traders are going to come in here and they're going to say, oh, okay, price is bearish. Let me find the last candle up before the move down. Let me surf through all the time frames, blah, blah, blah. Let me find my institutional candle, whatever. And, at some point they're going to get to some area where they're like, okay, here's the supply and demand zone here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go short here. And then my favorite Forex trader said to put the stop loss above the high of the previous candle. So I'm going to put it here, right? So what do we see happening? We see that a lot of smart money education, we see a lot of smart money theories are starting to not necessarily not work. I don't want to say they don't work, but I'm going to say that they have become I'm not gonna say retail concepts, but if something is so widely used and understood, then what happens is you start becoming the liquidity. If everyone and their grandma is putting their stops right here and then they're taking the move down, well, what happens is you become liquidity. You get liquidity grabbed. This is your stop right here. You become the liquidity grab there, and then the move plays out, and then you're pissed. Now, a better way to trade and understand these moves is very simple, is being patient. And now what I can say is we have a buildup of liquidity up in here. This is how I was seeing the market. Build up of liquidity. That 9:30 Eastern candle comes in, pumps up the market. Some people got into the sells. Maybe it teased you a little bit before it went up. Overall, grabbed the stop and then moved to the downside. But for me, the way I look at this is, hey, we had a nice buildup of liquidity. The liquidity was grabbed. Right after the liquidity was grabbed, we had another break of structure. So right after this break of structure happens, what did we do? We very simply put, We measured out our institutional sponsorship candle, or the candle that started the move to grab that liquidity. And then we just start adding other confirmations to it. You know, for me, we scaled down into the 4-minute time frame. You might be saying, Justin, who the fuck trades on the 4-minute? You'll be surprised at what you'll see when you dive deeper into the charts. When I dived into the 4-minute, I found an imbalance right here. I'm just gonna put it in mitigation. There's an imbalance right here, right? So when it came to this specific move, we had an imbalance followed by a institutional sponsorship candle. We had our stop loss right here in this range. And then we were targeting down here in these lows, and price went for like 100 and I think it was 109 points, but like 1,000 plus pips. Now, the beautiful thing about this is not only did we get an entry, but when we start scaling into the lower time frames, there's multiple re-entry opportunities. So there was our entry, there was a re-entry. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I took this entry and this 2 pip stop. No, I didn't. I just took the one, scaled into my position, I took the one, and then we made the move. But at the end of the day, the beautiful thing about understanding our concepts or understanding this is, even being a smart money trader, there's a high risk of you getting stopped out pretty often. I'm not going to sit here and say I watch a lot of Forex YouTube videos, because I don't. I'm not going to sit here and say I watch a lot of other traders, because I don't. But just based off of the feedback I get and what I see in the niche, in the industry, and just what I see in our own community, I see a lot of people just trading basic smart money, and they're getting stopped out before price inevitably goes in their direction. So what you want to start doing, what you want to start looking at, is you want to start focusing in on areas of price where even if you do get stopped out into liquidity grab, you want to not be so emotionally attached to that setup, to be able to, with a clear mind, see what the charts are doing in front of you and then reapproach it. Because let's say we did take this trade and we took the loss. Well, maybe you revenge trade, you get mad, whatever. Maybe you just close the trade computer for the day, you're done, whatever. Being able to like not be married to your setup is super key, because let's say you get stopped out, even though the sell bias was correct, being able to wait patiently, wait for something else to line up that makes a little bit more sense with more confirmations. When we look at this, we're like, okay, yeah, I see that there was like a little buildup happening here. I see that there were stops up here. We had our liquidity grab, and right after that, there was a break of structure. So once I see those things, I can say, hey, instead of trading what I think I'm seeing, I need to trade what I'm actually seeing. What I'm actually seeing is I'd actually like to see price pull back and then give an entry to go lower. So, you know, in regards to it, that's a very easy, simply put way in the sense of how we took and broke down this NAS 100 trade. But yo, with that being said, guys, we appreciate you watching. You know, like, comment, subscribe. We just cracked 8,000 subscribers. We're super excited about that. But above everything else, family, we hope you guys enjoyed this video and hope you guys are enjoying the content. We got a ton more coming. So keep plugging in, keep watching us. Thank you for your support. We'll see you guys in the next one.